Hello and good evening, viewers. Welcome to another edition of your favorite sports program on Atlantic TV, The Gambia. Of course, Sport 360 Live. Anytime, by the way, I am a host, Big Sam International. And of course, this show comes on your way every Sunday from the hour 8 to 9 o'clock in our studios located in the Little Gambia, the smiling coast of Africa, and in the western side of Gambia called Farato. Well, this is where we're broadcasting. And of course, as usual, today, I'm so glad, I'm so happy that I have my junior, the one and only, of course, Usman Sise, aka Youngest, all the way, fresh from Germany. Well, he now lives in Germany for a couple of years ago. And then it's good to host him yet another one. Well, I brought most of them up on the radio, which is FMB radio, but today it's my privilege to bring him to Atlantic Online TV Sport 360. Usman, welcome to Atlantic Sport 360.
Thank you, Master Vixam International. It's been a while I've not been in the studio, and then I've been following your programs on the FMB and Atlantic TV. You've did a lot to develop Gambian sport, more especially the young ones like Oz and Gajaga, the big sir, the brother Jones, the Alufal. You know, I can say today, we cannot say anything but just say thank you for giving us the floor, to express our views. And when it comes to sports, more especially the Brikama those days, when you used to divide us, Gajaga will be following Brikama United, I'll be following Bombada.
Exactly.
Those days are very good days, But it's good to be back here in the studio after almost 9 years not in the studio.
Obviously, there you go. And of course, how is Bundas?
It's okay. That's just cold, but anyway.
Anyway, you got to.
That's how it is, man.
That's Usman. He said there. We call him Youngest. Like he said, those days I divide all of them to be, of course, handling some. Some will handle a team in the first division. Some will handle a team in the second division. And of course, like that, like he mentioned, he was the one that I obviously attached to Bombada, which later on we'll talk about that. Well, once again, as usual, sponsors are invited. Do contact us in our studios here. We'll give you the best of stuff. Once again, it's your favorite sport program, Sport 360 Live on Atlantic Online TV, Little Smiling Coast of Gambia, and our studios here in Farato, West Coast. Well, first, before engaging my guests, I want to share with you, my viewers, of course, watching us live right now. First, today we'll talk about, I'll brush through the most talk about West Coast Region Zonal Championship final, replay final, which is coming very soon. That's one. Two, I'll be also talking to Usman right here, Youngest, on the Gambian football, and of course where he come from, Germany, and then AFCON 2023 as Gambia participate, and it's still on out there in Cote d'Ivoire. And finally we'll talk about the Work for Health national chapter that eventually have given birth to all the other chapters, which I'm a coordinator of the Brikama. Of course, my guest later will join me here in the studio. Of course, that we will discuss that too. Of course, these are some of the programs I have for you today. First, let me engage Usman here. Usman, you left a couple of years ago, about 9 years ago, and you were one of the journalists under me, and you were attached to Bombada, and you were, you were the one covering the Gambian sports, especially when it comes to football. Give us a little bit highlight of your days as a reporter in the Gambia, and the connection that you have with your one and only Bombada. Meanwhile, thanks to Bombada anyway. Huh?
Thank you, Mr. Big Sam. It's a pleasure working with you. And then, as I said, first and foremost, we're going to thank you. You and Brother John Gomez, Alufal. I work with Mamudi Gajaga. Those days, as you said, I used to follow Bombada from their third division qualifiers, their second division qualifiers, the fourth divisions. Some people even call me Bombada media officer because sometimes I can predict the fixtures that will come for Bombada games.
Exactly.
And most especially, I traveled with them length and breadth of this country, both in Jara, you know, the Banjul, the Serekunda West, the East, the West, the Bakama here. You know, those days I think it was a friendly because you meet different people when it comes to sports. And I make a lot of connection through that. You know, with that, I still have a very good connection with Bamba. Despite I was away for 9 years, I was the creator of that, their WhatsApp group page. I created that one, and I still have a very good rapport with them. You know, one or two things, we used to come together to help the teams. I know, not only Bambara, even Bukama United, you know, as I said, because even in Germany, I can say we live in Freiburg, but not everybody live in Freiburg support Freiburg. That's the thing how it is.
You have
know.
diverse people.
Yeah, we live in Brikama here. Not all Brikama people will support Brikama United.
That's true.
It got to be divided. One will be Bombarda, one will be Fortune, one will be Greater Tomorrow.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, it's all West Coast that we see, and then that's how it is, man. Now.
That's how it is. So, with the revolution of the Gambian First Division team, how can you compare the then before you travel and now? I know. Well, before I go, let me just ask you this: you still following the Gambian football, right?
I do sometimes, not all the time, because
Okay.
I do because due to my schedule of my work, when I'm free, sometimes I got up on Sundays, Sundays.
Okay.
So sometimes.
So, but you still following Bombarda?
I do Bombarda almost all their games on the online. When it's have online TV called, I don't know, one TV used to broadcast their
LSTV?
LSTV when it's their games in Brikama here.
Exactly,
So I
yeah.
normally watch those, even not Brikama Bombarda alone. Brikama United, Fortune, Greater Tomorrow. When they play their Saturday games, normally I watch them
You watch those?
on Facebook. But
Okay.
Yeah.
That brings me to the question. How do you see the First Division days before you travel and now?
I think it's a big difference, Mr. Big Sam. Because
Okay.
those
Go ahead, tell our viewers.
Yeah, those days, you know, you see the players from Gaza Sport playing for Bombarda, Brikama United. You know, I can remember those days, Nabi Dabo. He used to play for Brikama and everything. There was a 1-2 player or 3, you know, used to play for Brikama United. Those are Senegalese, you know.
Yeah.
From Gaza Sport, you know, Bombarda was like a local team for that matter. Almost all, 90% of their players come from Brikama and the surroundings. You know, even you go to the lake, the Brikama lake here those days, you know, as I used to say, Berewurang used to be Gaza Sport because exporting players from Senegal, bringing them here. Those days, I think the narrative on those days it is more lively than now.
Then
Yeah.
But how about the Gambia top tier, the First Division?
The First Division as well, if I could compare them those days, I think they have the proper good players than now.
Than
Because
now.
now you got the young ones coming up. But it's also good to give chance to the young ones.
Exactly.
I remember those days you can play the First Division and the second come back and play the Nawaitan.
Okay.
But nowadays if you play 15,
That's a
16
restriction
games,
on that, yeah.
that's it, how it is, man. That's the reason giving young one chance to come up. And it's also a good thing.
Well, that is it. Viewers, I must confess that, yes, like Usman said, those days we are very, the transition from Casa Sport to Brikama United to other teams, we are very good players. People then can play in the First Division and come back to play in Navetan. Now there's kind of restriction. And then also the league, I think, Usman, is revolved to a very, very standard one right now. You and I remember those days, JFF cannot even charge a gate fee because nobody come to watch, only few people. But nowadays, games everywhere are packed full, especially when it comes to Brikama Boxbam in the stadium. Kudos to Brikama people and the surrounding. They come to support. We have a lot of games played there and a lot of people come out together. In terms of the organization and the broadness of the league, I think this time around is more than the other time. But the other time also, like I said, we have very great players, matured and very strong players that definitely do a lot. So basically, I think that is that's a plus. Kudos to GFF and the organizers out there. Okay, Usman, you traveled to Germany about 9 years ago. Were you able to continue the trade as a sport journalist, or were you also able to, or you are also like kind of continue to be a football fan, like a football sympathizer, watching football here and there?
Yeah, I do. When I first arrived in Germany, this was around October 2015. Of course, I want to go to school. You know, in Germany, whatever you want to do must be first thing you have to learn the language. That's the first thing you need to do.
Okay.
You know, when I used to go to the people responsible for us, I said I want to go and learn Germany. I want to continue doing sport journalism. All the authorities tell me that Gambia have no chance here. They're gonna deport you back to Gambia, so you don't need to go to school. I said I want to go to school. You know, I keep following them until 1 year, 4 months.
Yeah.
No chance. Then I start looking for work. I start work, I think 1 week, 2 weeks, they sent me a letter, said, now you can go to school. I said, no, hell with that. I'm not going back to school anymore. I've been here for 1 year, 4 months. I want to go to school. He
You
said,
don't-
no.
yeah.
I start working. He said, nah, you can leave work and go to school. I said, no, I'm not leaving the work. So that's the thing I do. I keep working. Then, you know, how people live in Germany knows what we're talking about. When you're on the asylums, you get the doldrum, absiding, you know, those are things. People cannot stay at their homes, they cannot sleep, you know. This is my story. I have to
Exactly.
some
No,
people
it's
here.
important.
You
isn't
know,
it?
I can remember one fine day I came from work, a neighbor told me that, is there any name in your house called Usman Sise? I told them, yeah, there is. There one boy called Usman. I'm the Usman. He said, yeah. Yesterday there was a police out here. They want to deport somebody to Gambia. Was it you? I said, it could be me. You know, then it was on the 26th. I wait until 30, then I collect my salary from the bank. Then I took my bag. I went to the police. I told them that the person you want to deport to Gambia is me, Usman. He said, no, it's not you. I said, let me show you my document. I did everything to them.
Oh, yeah?
I stayed there for 6 hours. 6 hours. Then later on, they asked me that, Usman says the same date of birth, but the place of birth was different. Then it was not you.
Oh,
One policeman asked me that when they want to deport the people to Gambia, they run away. Why do you come? I said, I'm from the Gambia. Why should I run away, go back to my country? And then they asked me that, then you have the chance then. They said, good luck, then go back. Then they
Oh,
leave.
that
I went
was-
back home. Since then, I think it was after 1 year, then I able to obtain my document. Then, alhamdulillah, this is my second time coming to Gambia. Just
Fantastic. So how about the footballing aspect of it? Do you support the Bundesliga, or how do you call it, the Oberliga or the Sunday games, whatever?
I
Which
do.
of-
I watch Bundesliga, but I most especially I focus in the Premier League.
In the
because
Premier League.
I'm a Chelsea fan.
Okay,
I watch
they are
Chelsea.
good.
You know, despite we are in the very bad transition at the moment, but
Yeah.
I watch Chelsea. I do watch Bundesliga because it's where I live.
Exactly.
Whenever I have the free time, I used to watch the League on the Premier League 1, the 2, the 3s, whereby even the third tier, as we call it, the third tier, like the Norwegian teams, where
okay.
most Gambian play in Germany. It's
Germany.
where I live. You know, we have a team there. Those days, Gambian team. We used to play Norwegian. Even right now, there's a Gambian team playing for. You call it the sixth tier of German league.
Germany, wow.
Yeah, they are at the top at the moment. At the moment,
At
it's
the
a
moment.
Gambian team.
It's a Gambian team.
It's a Gambian team.
Wow.
We just live around my area. Then
So is that in Freiburg or something?
it's around the region of Freiburg.
It's in the region of Freiburg.
Yeah, we got a good team there. They are all Gambians.
They
All
all-
Gambians.
Okay.
But they're all working as well. Then they
Oh,
just
okay.
after work, they go and do some trainings, and Saturday, Sunday, Friday, they do the games. But despite that, I think they play almost 9 or 10 games, you know, but after 16, the 16 teams, but they are still on the top of
They're
the
still
league.
on. Wow, kudos to our brothers out there. That's fine. If I ask you, European football and African football, the difference, what can you tell me? Of what can you tell my viewers,
Ah.
by the way?
Yeah, master, that's a big question. But I can tell you in European football, in the whole nation, I can say, for example, the Bundesliga, somebody will just go and buy the whole ticket for the whole season, you
Wow.
know. And when example like when Freiburg is playing, like inside the Freiburg, not traveling,
Okay.
the people from the Freiburg region, from the Lorach region, Landkreis Lorach, most of them go and watch football. You know, we got a lot of the fans go and occupy the stadium. If you are late, sometimes you don't even have the space
You
to
don't have
go.
a space.
Yeah, I have one of my friend, despite he was deported back in Gambia, he used to travel back and watch Bayern's game in München. He used to go and watch Freiburg game in Freiburg.
Wow.
You know, but unfortunately,
And
he
where was he staying by then?
he he was then with us. We
With
stayed
us.
together for 2 years
For
together.
2 years.
Yeah, then later he was.
But then
separated
there's a
from-
huge difference between the
absolutely,
yeah, I know.
absolutely.
the
love-
organization aspect of it, the love for the game,
Oh,
and
that's
you
it.
know, it's just awesome.
It's just awesome, Mr. Big Sam. You love everything about European football. You know, for the fans. Sometimes the lower league you can go there. You just have to pay. Some you have to pay €2 to watch the games.
Okay, okay.
You know, you can have good pavilions, go and watch the games, and sometimes you don't even pay. Even you can watch the game and say, this is part of our team, so you don't need to pay.
You don't
Sometimes it's different from me. You have to show them their card.
The card, exactly.
But for them, I can say it's part of our team, so you don't need to pay.
You don't need to
Yeah,
pay.
But if you come alone, sometimes you just have to watch the game, then you pay the €2. Some don't even pay.
Don't even pay.
Yeah, but once you start to watch the game, they'll give you the fixtures every game and the league standings on every 1 or 2 years.
You'll be informed.
Yeah, you'll be well informed about the league.
Well, that is it, viewers. Just to remind you that you, of course, you're watching live here, coming to our studios in Farato, Atlantic TV, The Gambia. And once again, it's Sport 360 Light, and I am the host, Big Sam International. My guest, of course, the first guest, though, another guest is coming up very soon. He's already in the studio. That is no other than, of course, Usman, who is already here. And, of course, Abdullah Toure, Commander, will join us very soon on another topic. Okay, before we go for a break, Usman, African Cup of Nations, AFCON 2023. Well, we know we are in 2024, but when we say 2023, this all kind of mess up, or can I call it mess up, or the kind of here and there starts during the COVID. So, you know, the COVID, what used to, if in COVID is supposed to happen this year, it doesn't happen. It have to happen the other year. So they still will refrain you back to where. So that's why the AFCON supposed to play in 2023, but here we are in 2024, and it's Cote d'Ivoire that is hosting it. We know the first games or the first group games are already passed, and then it's now going to the round of 16. Unfortunately, for our heroes, the Scorpions of the Gambia has just returned home, and then there you go. So we have our neighbor Senegal, who definitely broke that record by winning straight 3 games, 9 points, and of course only conceding a goal. And then, in fact, Coach Aliou Cisse was voted as the coach of the first round, or from the group stage. So once again, congratulations, Teranga Lions. Well, the indomitable Lions escaped, but then here we are, a lot of them. I know you've been following AFCON, especially the first groups, the group stage before the round of 16, which is starting pretty soon. Yes, your thought on the AFCON?
I think it was a good start for Senegal because after winning the Gambia by 3-0, this was not expectation that more especially the Gambian fans and the football fans thought the things will go by 3-0. Because our expectations are at least we got a point. Once you go back to the record, Senegal, I think if they have beat Gambia 3-0, that could have been almost centuries ago.
Yeah.
Normally it used to be 1-0.
1-0. That was the trend.
Yeah,
that was the trend.
but everybody, because I was looking one of the sport programs, they were doing some analysis from the Gambia versus Senegal. You know how the trend used to go. It used to be 1-0. It used to be 2-1, but 3-0, no one expected that, but I think it was a red card too when Eva Adams got the red card in the last minute of the first half. I think that changed every narrative of the games. But it's football. Once you're at home, you will never receive the card. But that's how it is. Gambia have to lose all their 3 games. Senegal, I think, as I said, good preparation matters a lot when it comes to Gambian. When it comes to football, I think Senegal, they did what is expected of them, being the defending champions, you know, coming back to the following year. Also, I think they are a team to watch, but they will be playing at the host round of 16. But there are chances for them to retain the title, but it's football. When it's not 90 minutes, you cannot predict anything. But more people will predict Senegal to retain it.
Yeah, I think Senegal are part of the favorites, to be honest. And then, meanwhile, the round of 16, January 27 in Abidjan, Nigeria will play Cameroon. and of course Cameroon, who escaped the Gambia, or how you call it, will play against Nigeria. A very, very big game that day, of course. And this is a round of 16, remember, a knockout phase, as Nigeria, another heavyweight nation in African football, plays Cameroon, another bigger heavyweight in football. Usman, I think that's going to be a cracker.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting game because looking at the Cameroon game, last time I was watching their statistic, their coach played almost 20 games, lost 15, win only 5. You know, a game against Gambia was a win for them, or it could have been sacked because I was watching some of their news headlines. This was the thing they were saying. You know, if the coach cannot win this game, then he need to be sacked. But Cameroon, you know, have a narrow escape against Gambia. You know, being among the teams that booked their place round of 16, and Nigeria are a very good side. It's going to be a very interesting games. I think the best side will win. But the chances of Cameroon winning Nigeria is very slim.
It's slim. Okay, let's watch on the 28th here in Abidjan again. We have Equatorial Guinea plays Guinea-Conakry. 2 Guineas here. Remember, Guinea-Conakry was in our zone. They came third from that group, and they qualify as best loser. So the 2 Guineas are meeting. While we have a firepower by Equatorial Guinea, of course, a very, very wonderful team that did a lot. A very big surprise in this tournament. The 2 Guineas are playing.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting games because if you compare the 2 teams, they don't have that big name players in their teams. You know, that give everyone a fighting spirit. You know, example is different when you play against the Cameroon or you play against the Senegal. You talk about the Sadio Manes, but when you talk about these 2 Guineans, before you can talk about the Guinea, you can talk about their captain. Naby Keita, but Naby was not on the form at the moment. You cannot talk about Naby Keita. The 2 Guineans is going to be interesting game. I think the best team on that day will win.
Okay, before we will go to break very soon, January 29 again in Abidjan, the capital, Cape Verde versus Mauritania. Well, our side. This is our side now. Mauritania, we have seen 7 years of revolving of that team from when their current president of the FA took over, a very massive change. We have some records on that later on in this platform. Later on, maybe another day, we will share that with you. They are playing Cape Verde, another surprise element in that group. They live not that much far from each other.
From Africa, yeah.
Yes.
What's the big example? I think the oldest round of 16s are going to be interesting games because if you compare them, their round of 16, their group stages coming to the round of 16s, you know, it's I can say some will say it's a lock, some will say they fought for it, but I think it's going to be interesting games, round of 16 games. Very good, interesting games.
So basically, those are the 3 games. And meanwhile, the games are coming up. The round of 16 is kick-starting on Saturday the 27 to Sunday 28, Monday 29, etc. So we'll definitely give you. Well, the African Cup. Well, before we move, how about the organization aspect of Côte d'Ivoire 2023?
I think it was superb. It was superb because if you look at the Ivory Coast as well, I think they are also among the best losers, being, the host.
In fact, somebody did a job for them. I think it is, was it Namibia? In fact, I think Morocco won. Yeah. Morocco won, but Ivory Coast celebrate the victory. Yeah, you know exactly. What? Because that win automatically qualify Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast were totally out. The country was totally. In fact, I don't like host nation sitting at the first round. It makes the tournament very boring. Nobody have the spirit to come. But thank God, the Moroccan did the job for Ivorian. In fact, Morocco didn't celebrate, but Ivory Coast celebrate more on that.
Exactly. Because knowing that Ivory Coast being the host, knockout of the group stages, or the first rounds, the ambience that the fans used to give the teams will be going down. But knowing that now they've qualified for round of 16, I think they will regroup again, try to support their teams, and the technical team also need to work hard for that next game.
Because I was coming to that. Remember, Ivory Coast are having the Giants, the defending champion, Senegal. So you can see the round of 16, Ivory Coast is playing Senegal. Ivory Coast celebrated because of Morocco make them to qualify. But now they are meeting the
Senegal.
African Cup of Nations defending champion Senegal, who won 3 of their group games, 9 points. The only team that comes flying colors with 9 points. That's going to be another huge stuff for them.
Yeah, Master. Yeah, but sometimes in football too.
You never say never.
Yeah, I saw a team qualifying with 9 points. After their round of 16, they were knocked out by another team. I think sometimes football is luck, but possibility for Ivory Coast to beat Senegal is very limited.
It's very limited.
Very, very limited.
Well, that is it. Thank you so much. Once again, before we go for a quick break, a reminder that the most talked about West Coast Region Zonal Championship final that was played on the 1st of January 2024, New Year's Day, between the former champions Gunjur and the surprise element that is Fonyi. The replay final is now scheduled for February 18, Sunday, 2024, Gambia's Independent Day at the Brikama Box Bar Mini Stadium at 4 p.m. Tickets $50. We go for break, and when we come back, we'll continue with the sport. Keep tuning. Hey, Bamba the Bamba, boy, commander come now. Usman, you still. But Kai Defaral is saying, so he's going to use the mic, right? Yeah. Commander, when you man boy, mole, boy, nene, akafunta adale, but Buba, where will you, Jana be fan or Ojang? Because you don't sit at 10, I don't know. Nga push the money. Abida, okay. Commander, have a.
Sadure. I don't know.
Abibula akabulo di la boy ba.
Kai Friday do narno.
Na jaman bo na boy ko na jaman bo la. Ngai na jaman. Is the mic on? No, okay, the mic is on. Buba funny artist.
Kai na nebolo. Kai nebo. We are neighbors.
Oh, okay.
My compound is not far from his.
Oh, okay. Are you neighbors? Nebo. Ngai nebo. So what Bella Usman dina muna am bobu nonu tedu. Akoy my god test.
Hello, mic test.
Akoy we
Hello, mic test. Hello.
Sirif. Usman is going to have this,
Hello,
right?
mic test. Hello.
Oh, okay. Bila. So Bella Usman.
Am I laudable at your end? It's okay. Okay.
It's good.
Thank you.
Buba, if you're ready, we are ready. Close up. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you can put it in your pocket or somewhere.
Okay. Just a moment, please.
Okay.
I can.
No, you can hold the mic. It's okay. Your phone is fine. You can hold it. You can leave the phone here. It's how you know. It's okay.
The phone.
Yeah, you can use it. It's okay. Nkabe silence.
Yeah, be silent, sir.
Yeah, you can use it. It's okay. You can use it. So when you count. Thank you, viewers. Welcome back after the break. Meanwhile, once again, a gentle reminder that you tune into Atlantic TV, The Gambia. As I always tell you, this is your favorite sport program called Sport 360 Live that comes your way every Sunday from the hour 8 to 9 o'clock. We are located in the little smiling coast of the Gambia, that is, of course, in West Africa. In our studios here at the western side of Gambia, that is Farato. Well, thank you very much. You can find us very next to the Farato Mosque. That is, if you know the Gambia, we are on top floor. This is where, and once again, sponsors are invited. Do come to our studios and we'll talk about it. It's Sport 360. And of course, here we come after the break, and I have the honor and privilege this time to unveil my second guest, and that is no other than Commander Abdullah. Welcome to... shake my hand.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Bamba, welcome to Atlantic Sports 360.
Thank you for having me, Big Sam. It's a pleasure being here. Good evening, viewers. Like you introduced me, I am Mr. Abdullah Toure, an active member of Work for Health, Brikama chapter. Thank you for having me once more.
Thank you very much. That is no other than Abdullah Toure. Well, I call them Team Resilient. And of course, our topic will closer with the AFCON, but then this time, Usman, meanwhile, we will be talking about the Work for Health. Walk for Health, of course, started some couple of years ago, almost 5 years ago, because the national chapter, of course, the address is in Bakau at the Independence Stadium. 3 people, notably Honorable Sirif Gomez, Burama Diba Busenti and co. Found this thing 5 years ago. The idea was sold to Uncle Sirif Gomez from Burama Diba. Of course, we know him, Badibu Gaman, who traveled and saw it on so many places, and then come and implement it here. So it starts, and then after that year, it gives birth to Brikama chapter, which was second, which I myself is the coordinator, and which Abdullah, we call them Team Resilient. They are the one holding everything. So Walk for Health Brikama chapter, Abdullah will tell us later how they work, and because they work every weekend. And also the topic of discussion, it will be the 5th or 5 years anniversary of Walk for Health, the Gambia, the national chapter. The national chapter will be celebrating, if you want commemoration or celebrating their 50th year anniversary it's going to be on Saturday, 3rd February 2024 at the Serekunda West Mini Stadium. Of course, the address is in 1 Mile Wide from the Independence to the Serekunda, because at the moment, Gambia is going through a kind of a renovation or construction, because the new highway, the OIC highway, went all the way to Sitting Corner. So the stadium at the moment is a jumble up. You have a lot of roads that connect together, and the work is going on. So that's why it's hard to bring it to the Serekunda West Mini Stadium, where the work will start there. Then after the work, we'll come back to the place, Serekunda West Mini Stadium, and do some games out there. At the evening, there will be an award. But more on that, let's join Abla. Abla, first, tell our viewers the Walk for Health national chapter, but mostly the Brikama chapter.
Thank you very much, Big Sam. Once again, like you said, Walk for Health national chapter is the parent body of all these regional chapters, including our own at Brikama. They have sub chapters in different parts of the country. But to be specific, Brikama, where we belong to, where you, as our coordinator, belongs to, we also are in existence and very active. Our membership includes people of all ages. We have young, we have middle age, we have adult, and even elderly. At Brikama chapter, every Saturday and every Sunday, we walked from Brikama Madina Police Station to Marakisa, or sometimes Daselame. This we do every Saturday and Sunday as a team. Yes.
So there you go. So you walk every Saturday and Sunday from the Medina Police to Maracas. And I know there are some challenges. Sometimes they will go to Kabekel, they will go to Daselame. And he didn't tell you something. This is the only chapter in the Gambia that walk from Brikama to Westfield. People say, wow, how can they do that? They say, no, you don't see anything yet. They start from Brikama to the National Assembly in Banjul. Believe you me, the Brikama chapter is the only chapter that did that. When people are amazed, why? How? They walk from Brikama to Westfield. They say, no, wait. The following week, they walk from Brikama to the National Assembly in Banjul, Usman, which was definite. How can you do that? How do you do that?
Amazing, anyway. This is something that used to be history for people.
Yeah.
In those days, they will tell you people walk when you don't have, there was no good transport system. Vehicles were not around.
Exactly.
They will tell you people walk from one community to another, or from one place to another.
Exactly.
Or from even Brikama to Banjul. So we don't want to be narrated that history.
Okay.
We want to be the history itself.
Yes,
This is why we walked from Brikama to Westfield. Then the following week, we walked from Brikama to Banjul.
Wow.
And it didn't take us, nobody suffers from anything. This is something that is normal. It keeps us fit and healthy. And Big Sam, you will be surprised to know that we did not only work as youths or people of this age, but we work with a woman who is over 65 years of age.
Wow.
We fondly call her Auntie Nya.
Auntie Nya.
Yes, we work with her from Brikama to Westfield, and the subsequent week, we work from Brikama to Banjul.
Banjul, oh, And she was part of that.
She was part of it.
Oh,
She was part of it. This is something that to others it will be miracle, but this is something that is doable. It's very easy. Brikama to Banjul is not far. Brikama to Serekunda or Westfield is not far. But if you're in a car, obviously you will think the place is very far.
It's very far. And that
Unless
means,
you
and
try
that
it.
means Dar Silame is very nearer then.
Dar Silame is just a stone throw. It's just a stone throw. And Big Sam, before that,
Yes.
we were walking from Brikama
Exactly.
to Dar Silame, Dimbaya, and back to Brikama.
Oh my goodness.
Which
And
is longer than Brikama to Westfield.
to Westfield.
Yes, we've been doing
from
that on several
Brikama to
occasions.
Dar Silame, then to
To
Dimbaya,
Dimbaya.
then come back
That's
around
25
Marrakech,
kilometers.
Penem. You remember that one?
That's 25 kilometers.
And that's far.
Yes, and Brikama to Westfield is about 23, 24 kilometers.
Oh my.
We've been doing this.
So viewers, you hear from the man himself. Before we come to Usman, how amazing do you think this work for health it is?
It is, Master Big Sam. I remember those days, my friend Gajaga. Yeah, I think that
In
was.
fact, let me just make this before it escape. Mamadou Gajaga, thank you so much, because remember, Mamadou Gajaga, I will tell you, Mamadou Gajaga is the first guy that did that work alone.
I watch it.
Yes,
I watch it.
thank you. He started from Ja Oil Nyambai to Westfield, and the boss said, if Gajaga can do it, why can we? So Gajaga, thank for setting that pace. Yes, you were coming.
Yeah, I remember those days when I was here. There was a media game in Boxiba. Gajaga run only 5 minutes. He was off. Then when he started this media run,
Yes.
you know, I texted him one day. I said, "You remember those days you used to play, you play for Boxiba? I think it was only 2 minutes. You were out. But I can see you now. You working every Sunday, because Sunday I'm always at home. I
Yeah.
used to watch them on Facebook when they are doing their working.
yeah. In fact,
I
he
used
plays
to-
a crucial role.
Yeah, I used to watch them every Sunday. I told Gajaga, now you can do like before only 2 minutes. Now you can do from Brikama to Westfield, Brikama to Banjul. I think it's a good initiative. If you go to Germany, I think I can tell you there are ages that they used to do sports.
Oh, okay. They categorize the ages.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like those who be, you can see 90-year-old, wallahi, they'll be doing their sport every week once. They'll be around the field 12 times. After that, they'll do their old kind of sport that they
Cardio
used to do.
sports and
The
all.
65 will be there, the 70s, the 80s. They do sport. You can see a 90-year-old or 95. I remember a one-old woman, not far from me. I used to go there. When I have a letter and stuff, they used to help me.
Okay.
The mother is 96,
Yeah.
but she still used to work at the garden.
Oh,
When I go there, I used to work. I said, how this old man is right. He said, Usman, once you walk, you become strong.
strong.
I said, but for us in Africa, when you are old age,
You know, you
don't
stop all
walk,
that.
you just sit down. He said, but it's good you walk.
Yeah.
Those women, well, at the field every week, they have their own schedules of sports.
Sports,
90 years, 80 years, they round the field 12 times, do the other sports. When I used to watch them, I said, I remember back in Gambia,
Yeah.
when you are 50, 60,
You're
there was, just sit at home. You don't need to
and
do anything.
relax.
But
Well,
it's not a good health.
yeah.
Once you do the sport, it gives you good. The white people said once you doing it, you get a long life.
A long life. So
Yeah.
there you
But
go.
if for here, it's different.
It's a different one. Commander, before we talk about the main, which is the 50-year anniversary, tell us the health benefit of Work for Health, and especially those people around West Coast who want to join you, how they can join you, and some of the health tips. I know you are not a health expert, but
Very
you,
well,
you,
very well.
you-
Yeah,
I
yes,
know
well,
you are a trainer, and then you
yeah,
do
of
all that.
course,
So yet,
from
tell
practical
the viewers about
experience,
that.
thank you very much, Big Sam. Health benefits associated to
Work for
walking.
Health.
It helps keep blood pressure down. That's one. It helps in your what they call cardiovascular, the blood circulation. The heart pumps blood very well, and it is a very good means of managing stress. It manages stress well. If you are in a stressful mood, just walk for a particular distance or for a reasonable distance, and you come back, that stress will be relieved.
Will
And in fact,
definitely.
we were told the best medicine for non-communicable sicknesses is walking. And also, walking helps you save money. If you walk from Brikama to Farado, you get the health benefits. It gives you a strong bone, it gives you a strong muscle, and you save the money that is used for fare. And if you walk, you become a healthy person. And if you're a healthy person, obviously doctors or nurses at the hospital will equally be happy.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't be seeing you every day.
Every day.
They wouldn't be overwhelmed
Exactly.
with the workload
Exactly.
at the health facilities.
Exactly.
So this is something that we want to encourage everybody to either join us in Brikama here or anywhere you are.
Yeah.
At least every day you need to walk minimum 30 minutes.
Okay.
This helps a lot in your health system. It makes you have a very healthy living condition. It makes you have a very healthy body.
Exactly.
And it keeps you young and strong. These are some of the health benefits that some of us
That's
are
getting from it.
this work for health. If I should tell you the last time I visited the hospital, I can't remember.
You
More
can't
than a
remember?
decade ago.
Wow.
So this is something that is part of me. We want to encourage everybody to be doing work, either with a particular chapter as a team or individually during your leisure time.
Exactly.
Sitting or eating and sitting or relaxing doesn't help. You need to be active. Thank you very
Most
much.
definitely. Thank you very much. And that reminds me, of course, you go and talk to this health, or let's say people that do sports. I mean, they will tell you the number one sport. The number one sport is swimming, because swimming, every other part of the body take part. But believe you me, second is walking. You might be thinking about football or athletics or whatever. Believe me, second is walking. So you can say work is very well. And then, like he said, we have a lot of, apart from the national chapter in Serek, we have the one in Jambur, the Katong, Gunjur, Brikama, Esau, Farafenye, Soma, Basse, Bansang. So we have all over. So you can join at least twice or once a week. You should be able to walk. And I think that's so very, very important. Okay, but let's now talk about the national chapter, 5 years. And that reminds us that Work for Health was born in the Gambia 5 years ago, and we're still going strong. Work for Health, the national chapter, is 5 years, will be on the 3rd of February. And like you said, you were part of the media team and me trying to push everything together. Talk to the viewers about the show and what would you guys need that day from the people.
Thank you very much, Big Sam. Like you said, Work for Health in the Gambia will be 5 years come on the 3rd of February. The celebration will take place at Serekunda West Mini Stadium because it was planned to be held at the Independence Stadium, but like you highlighted before, road networks, connections to the stadium, there is an ongoing road construction. So as such, the venue has been shifted to Serekunda West Mini Stadium. There will be a lot of activity. It will be a whole day event, and at night there will be a night dinner, a dinner party for all those who are interested in taking part in that particular event. Like you said, Work for Health, the national chapter, is the parent body. It's the mother of all other Work for Health. Therefore, on this day, you will see, we are expecting representatives from all these chapters across the country. They will all come participate. We are expecting ministers. At the national chapter, we have ministers who are part of the Work for Health.
Exactly.
So if ministers are working with us every Saturday and Sunday, why not ordinary people in the street? It shows that Work for Health, or working for your well-being, is something that should be a topmost priority. I keep saying this in Mandinka, that if a person asks you to join him to look for money, you can follow the person. But if he asks you, please come, we go and search or work for our health and well-being, run after the individual. That means the individual has your interest at heart. Health is wealth. This is true, because if you are healthy, you have everything. But if you have wealth, and you are not healthy, you end up spending all the wealth that you have on your health.
Yeah. to
So
care-
before that, it's better you come and join us on at different chapters every Saturday and Sunday, like we do at Brikama. National chapter also does the same thing. Coming back to the main event, that is on the 3rd, we want to call on all,
Exactly.
everybody, regardless of your age, your sex, or wherever you may be, to come and join, celebrate this event with us. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. Like he said, Work for Health, the national chapter, will celebrate their 50th anniversary on Saturday, the 3rd of February 2024 at the Serekunda, of course, Westminster Stadium. And remember, it's like this: at 7 a.m., participants will gather at the Serekunda West Park. And of course, before departures, some speeches will be given, and then we'll tell you the route later, but I know we'll be walking within Serekunda and then back to Serekunda Westminster Stadium. And when we reach there, there'll be games, there will be footballs, and there will definitely also be what we call talk of war, games, etc. So these are all the things that will be happening there. We'll be competing, meeting friends and then cheering up, and then let's see our health. So we definitely want you to come and join us on the 3rd. We need all walks of life: doctors, ministers, citizens, everybody to come and join us. Like Mr. Ture said, at the end of the day, there's an award night, which is going to be, we'll be awarding people that have some testimonies. Like he said, he himself is a testimony. He said, he will tell people when he started this, he can't even remember the last time he went to the hospital. Some people will tell you they hardly move from a point to point without breathing heavily. Today, those people are not even breathing, but they are running. So those are testimonies. Some people, when even cooking, people will be bringing things to them and they will be commanding. Now they do everything by themselves. So we have various tests. Some people will have diabetes, some people will have leg problem. But at the end of the day, we see those people. In fact, when you are walking, they walk faster than you. So those are some testimonies that people will share, and then there are some people that need to be awarded, and then because of their involvement and their testimonies, etc., will also be recognized that night. So it's going to be a whole day event throughout to the night, and then of course, we'll tell you later on where the award night is going to be. But all the games and the walking and etc., all is going to be done at the Serekunda West Mini Stadium. Well, keep that date placed on the 3rd February 2024. It's on a Saturday at the Serekunda West Mini Stadium. We want everybody to go there. In fact, when you were talking about people walk from Farad, I see my cameraman Sirif saying, he was pointing himself, because he did walk once in a while, to the studios here, and I think that's better. The only problem is my chief engineer, Buba. He never walk. In fact, he will be riding a scooter. So I think our TV head Buba should walk. Okay, so I think that helps. Usman, I think upon all, I think health is wealth. Like he said, you have money, you spend all your money in treating yourself. It doesn't give. But if you have good health, in fact, there's a lot. You don't have stress. You sleep peacefully. You do work as you want it. I think this is so important.
Let's go to Mr. Bexam. Once you are healthy, that is everything.
Exactly.
I think it's all part of sports. Walking is part of sports. Some people, those days, as I said, Gajaka cannot walk even from...
Exactly, that's another testimony for you. That's another testimony.
From Marina Salin to Brikama, he used to take a bicycle.
Yes,
now he can walk from Salin to the Brikama.
Exactly.
Those are good benefit of health, walking. Even those in Europe, I think people used to do sport there. Because like I walk 8 hours, my all 8 hours is just walking.
It's just walking?
It's just walking, 8 hours.
Look at that.
It's just sometimes on the TV, I cannot say things, but I never get sick there. But that's how it is, man.
That's how it is. That's how it is. Most definitely, that's so important.
It's good to do walking.
It's good to do.
Even when it's snow,
yeah,
I go with my bicycle. Yeah. I used to ride a bicycle like 30, 35 minutes with a machine bike.
Okay.
But once I did that, I get sweat
Okay.
every day.
Every day.
Every day you need to go
And
for
that's
ice
where
cream.
it's so important.
Yeah, I used to get the train 10, 15, 20 minutes. I stop the train, then I use my bicycle
You
to
use
my
your
work.
bicycle.
Every day.
Well, that's so important out there.
It is. It is.
It's-
It's not only that, but if you're having challenges or sleeping difficulties,
Exactly.
just walk for a particular distance and come back.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? That following night or that very day, you will sleep well. You will have a fine sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So this is something that's the benefits
Mm-hmm.
outweigh a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
You don't suffer from it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something that is not expensive. It is at no cost.
Mm-hmm.
You can join any chapter, you can walk without paying a single budget. You don't need to go to any expensive gym.
Yeah, you don't.
You don't need to pay for anything.
Mm-hmm.
All what you do is grab a bottle of water and walk around.
And then you
Very
have it.
cheap.
Very, very cheap.
So you can have your health in a cheaper way than having a health at a hospital or
At a
buying an expensive drug.
Drugs. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
So
think
like I said once again, health is wealth.
Right. And your
And our slogan is all for one, one for all.
Commander, what is the most important message you want to send our viewers about the 50th anniversary of the national chapter, if I may ask you?
Thank you very much, Big Sam. This year celebration will be different from the previous ones because the previous ones used to be a low-key type. But this one is an open one. It's going to be a mega one. All other chapters are invited. You will see people from different parts of work in this country, including ministers, and in fact, you may see some parliamentarians because some of them, I think about one or two,
Yeah.
showed interest and then told me that he would like to participate.
Wow, that's
And
fine.
we have one of the most household name in this country in the justice sector, who
Yeah.
is Justice Judge.
Justice Judge,
He's
yeah.
part of us, become a chapter, and he's going to participate in this year's anniversary celebration. So come that day on the 3rd, the event will be colorful.
It will be
The
called.
event will be interesting. You'll see so many new things.
Thank you so much, Abdullah Ture, Commander, of course, Team Resilient in Work for Health. And of course, time is definitely not our side anymore, but I'm going to remind you that this is Sport 360 Light on your favorite TV, Atlantic Online TV, with me, myself, Big Sam the host. Usman, it's been a very big pleasure having you here after so long. In fact, I think so long that we didn't share a sport platform. So you're here today. Well, I want to thank you so much for coming. Finally, what do you want to leave with my viewers?
Thank
before
you,
go?
Mr. Big Sam. As I said, it's always a pleasure working with you. If I remember those days when you just started in the radio, you know, I remember you once sent me to pay, around, that's a small village behind Buffalo.
Behind, yeah.
You know,
Kubune.
Kupune. That
Kupune.
was my first assignment alone.
So that was his first assignment.
Alone.
You can still remember that.
I remember. I called Gayaka. I told him that some told me that it's just a commentary, but this people told me that it's going to be a ball commentary. You know, and then I called Sam. I said, what these people said and what is different. Gayaka telling me that just try what you can do.
What you
You know,
can do,
I said,
yeah.
okay, I'm going to try, but
One day is
alhamdulillah,
always
I did well.
Exactly.
Gayaka covered everything. You told me that you did well. I cannot say much, but just to say thank you. It's been a 9 years not signed with platform with you,
Yeah.
but inshallah every year I'll be coming twice in the Gambia. If everything goes well, then we will have fine time, maybe another good time when I come.
Thank you so much, Usman there. And of course, Commander, Team Resilient.
Yeah.
Commander, finally for today, before we go.
Thank you very much. We want to encourage all to come join us on the 3rd at the Serekunda West Mini Stadium for the 50th anniversary celebration of Work for Health, the Gambia, in particular the national chapter. On that note, Big Sam, I thank you for having me. It's my pleasure to be in the studio of Atlantic TV with you, and then of course
Your neighbor.
Cisse is my neighbor. We've known each other not today, but
Yeah.
I think in Brikama Sport.
Yeah,
He was in
exactly,
the
exactly.
Sport Journalists
Exactly,
Association,
yes,
sports,
yes,
and
yeah.
whilst I was in the committee.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not today that we knew each other. So it's good to have him here too in the studio. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. There we will draw the curtain over today's Sport 360 Light on our studios right here in Farah to Atlantic. But before I go, I must definitely say give thanks to my cameraman, Bapulo, and of course my chief engineer, that is Buba. Guys, you guys are too much. Thank you. Huh? And of course, people out there, if you want to sponsor, just walk in our studios here at Atlantic Online TV, located in Farato. Well, viewers, wherever you are, thank you so much for your time. Remember, this is the Atlantic Sport 360 Live, which comes in your way every Sunday from the hour 8 to 9. And I am the host, Big Sam International. On that note, as I always said, keep on sporting. See you next time.